Hmm.
What's up, guys? Sound your hero.
And it's Butterfly Spirit 314. Oh,
So basically, this is what happened.
okay. Move it over this way. There we go.
Okay, so basically, this is what happened. She had to work on her birthday,
Yeah.
and it was messed up.
Yeah.
So we decided, let's have a birthday weekend for you. And she said, okay. I said, what you want to do? She said, well, let's go get some meat, and then
We're gonna. Well, no, wait. What we first did is that so to get away from our obnoxious and loud ass neighbors we have upstairs, I thought it'd be a good idea to get away from the house because we have an apartment. Oh, honey, turn it this way so you can see. See. Oh, okay. Sorry. Uh, so, I thought it'd be a good idea for us to get a hotel to get away from our house, at least for a day anyway, or night. So, so I had to work on Friday on my birthday. So Saturday, I thought it'd be a good idea for us to celebrate my birthday and stuff. And I want it to be kind of something just me and him can celebrate, So, um, I had reserved a hotel, and then from there we had a plan of like getting food, so we could have for like you know, for on Saturday, and then like in the morning on Sunday for us to eat, and then after that we decided we'd go to Dave and Buster's or whatever, to kind of hang out and then come back to the hotel and kind of, chill out or whatever. So, so we got the hotel on Saturday. We checked into the hotel about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then after that, we decided to go pick up some food that's gonna last us, So we had some food to eat for lunch, and then some stuff for dinner. And we brought that back to the hotel. We ate our lunch and stuff. Then we decided to, chill out for a little while, and then we decided we was going to go to Dave & Buster's. For those of you who don't know what Dave & Buster's is, Dave & Buster's is a arcade that you go to. They have like lots of arcade games and stuff, video games, virtual games and stuff like that you can play and stuff. And you also have the option of eating there. So I would just call it more of a grown-up Chuck E. Cheese, so to speak. There's no like people in like Chuck E. Cheese costumes or anything like that. It's more what I would say is for older people, teenagers and adults and stuff.
keep going.
But there's people who have kids, and they can bring their kids and stuff like that. And I think that's okay. Now, I would personally say that people should only have their kids at Chuck E. Cheese, because when you go to Dave and Buster's, like, I don't know about you, but me as an adult, I want to enjoy time with, my significant other, and there not be kids and stuff like that there, because kids, there's a lot of screaming, shouting, and a whole lot of chaos that doesn't have to be if it's just adults there and stuff like that. Now I get if people have kids, but still, I feel like it should be primarily for adults, personally, that want to hang out together and stuff like that in a kid-free environment. So, we go to Dave and Buster's. We drive there about, I think it was like, we made it there by 8:30 or something like that to go. So we got there 8:30, and then, what happened? We get there, the first thing we find out different. So we was there back like a couple months ago, and when we went to Dave & Buster's last time, when we came in, we kind of just walked in. They asked us for our IDs, and then we went up to the desk, and they asked us what were we gonna do. We said, oh, we're gonna eat first, and then we'll get some power cards and stuff like that. So that's what happened like a couple months back, when we went. Now, when we went on Saturday, yesterday, that's good. What happened is that We parked the car, got to Dave and Buster's, walked into the entrance. And I was thinking the guy was going to ask us for our IDs, like last time, Of course, we went a little later last time. We showed up about like 9:30 or 10 last time or whatever. No, it's about 9. We showed up at like 9 or whatever and went to eat. Okay? And got seated at the place, whatever. This time, yesterday, we showed up, 8:30, came in, expecting to show our IDs to the, the people there, and stuff like we did last time. But what do we get told, anyone, when we come in from the guy?
The same thing you would get told if you was to go into a club. There's a $5 cover charge for each person.
Now, what the hell is there? Why the hell is there a cover charge when we see people there having kids, bringing their kids in? This isn't like a nightclub where there's like, like people are dancing
and we're talking multiple moms with 8 kids, multiple moms with 5 kids, each still pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Walking around, baby strollers, all that. And so you mean to tell me that these multiple moms with 8 kids, multiple moms, 7 kids still pregnant, 5 kids still pregnant, you mean to tell me that you're actually charging each of those kids a cover charge for $5 each person, each kid, and then you're charging the parents themselves if they have a guy, if they're not a single mom, you're charging them $5 each as you. So you mean you got $10 for the parents, then $5 each kid. So you got a single mom, or you got a couple with 5 kids,
and for each person is $5.
You got $25 plus $10, so you got $25 because $5 for each 5 kid. That's just for the 5 kids, and then you got to charge the $5 for the 2 parents. So that's, you mean to tell me that you got to spend $35 or
$30?
Yeah, $30 to get in.
Oh, wait a minute, no, 35.
Yeah, you got to pay $35 to get into the door with all those kids, because there sure was a whole lot of kids. I really don't think that they was charging all those moms for $5 for all those 8 kids and 5 kids. Because here's the thing, $25 is going to get you about 1,000 something points. Like points as in like tokens to like play games on this Dave and Buster's
power card.
This power card that you swipe. So
yeah,
that's not going to work out for 5 kids.
Yeah,
or 8 kids.
It's my assumption, really. Oh, there you go. It's my assumption. Oh,
it's okay. You're the one talking.
Okay. So what is my assumption is that I believe that they just charge the adults $5 to get in. I don't think they charge for the kids. I think they charge for the adults, personally. That's what I think that they do. And the fact that they saw that we were, together, we didn't have any kids, they was, the dude was quick to say, oh, it's a $5 cover charge. And then, then we heard that, oh, we've been doing this for the last 2 months. And I'm like, well, we were there, and last time we didn't pay no cover charge. And now this time, all of a sudden, there's a cover charge and stuff.
Now, there was people behind us with kids, and I listened, and I did not hear them say $5 cover charge for each kid. There is a lady behind us that had like 3 kids. She had 3 kids that could walk on 2 feet, and she had I think she had like 6 kids. She had 3 kids that could walk on 2 feet, and 3 kids in like this 3 baby stroller thing. And I didn't hear that. I did not hear him ask these fucking white people. I didn't ask these, because there was 2 black dudes, and I didn't hear these 2 black dudes ask these fucking white people, hey, $5 for each 6 of y'all's kids, and then $5 for y'all.
I wonder if that's just like a couples thing for people who don't have kids, or I wonder if it's like a discrimination thing towards us being black and stuff like that. That's what I'm kind of wondering, if that was the case, because last time we was there, we didn't have that problem.
Okay, so guess what happened?
Okay, so we get in there. Yeah. So we go up to the desk, and then we get the power card, and it was supposed to be $23. Then the girl at the desk says, oh, it's $3 for the card. Okay, so then that's $26. And I was like, well, we just paid $10. $5 for me, $5 for him to get in for a cover charge. You mean to tell me that doesn't cover the card or anything like that? So the card isn't free?
Because we
already paid for that?
Because we had to pay the $25 also for the game time.
Yeah, well, $26 for the game time, yeah. $3 for the card, and then $23 for like an hour of gameplay, right? So I just decided to go ahead and do it. Now, since we were getting away for the weekend, I had already budgeted money for this, thinking that, okay, yeah, it's gonna be all right, it's gonna work out, with a certain amount of money we budgeted. So the $26 came as a shock, and now it's like $36, $10 out of his pocket, $26 out of my pocket because I was using my debit card, okay? And these are two separate things that occurred. $10 coming in, right? $10 bill coming in, and then $26 going to my debit card, okay? So it's $36, right, that we coming in, okay?
Then she makes a decision to say, we
And
get
then
in there, and then she was like, you know what?
Yeah,
I
and
want
then
my money back.
Yeah, I decided that we went in, and I was kind of satisfied, but I was like, man, I really want to, play the games. But then when I was in there, I saw nothing but all these people with all these kids, and I was like, oh my God, there's kid everywhere, like all these kids. And I'm like, well, it's me and him trying to spend time together. We don't have kids. We want to play games and stuff like that, right? And I just felt wrong about the cover charge. Whatever it was, I felt really wrong about that.
Because when we tried to get on the games, and the people with kids felt so entitled, this lady, we tried to get on our favorite game, the tap game where you tap these blue circles. We couldn't even do that.
Yeah, because this lady jumped on. Yeah. This lady ran up there with her. It was her and then her son, and started playing it. And it only lasted like a minute for them to play, but still, like this entitled shit. That this lady did or whatever to jump there with a kid. And this is a white lady.
And then there was a whole bunch
of
other people. There was grown-ups with kids, just kind of bum rush you out of the way, and they just kind of like shoulder bump you and out of the way. So that was pretty much a last straw for Michelle. So
yeah, and then, so I decided I wanted to get my money back. So we go back to the front. I say, hey, I want to get my money back. And then the same dude that was at the front, and let me remind you guys of something that I just thought about. When it came to the cover charge at the door, when I heard about the $5 thing, right, a piece, and I didn't know it was a piece. I thought it was just $5 for both of us. Because it wasn't until anyone said, well, no, it was $5 for me and $5 for you. I was like, what? Are you serious?
I was like, yeah.
So it's $10, yeah.
He said, well, she can stay, but you got to go.
Yeah,
and
then
he's like, $5.
He's like, oh, well, either either you pay it or you leave or whatever. And I was like, and how you got this shit? You got another black person over here telling black people, his own people, well, you got to do this or not, get out type of shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you? What is this?
And then when it came to getting her money back,
yeah, they wouldn't give me my money back.
Then another black dude came up and was like, hey, what's the problem?
Well, no, the guy who came, no, he wasn't black. So what happened is...
No, he did, because he had to call the manager, remember?
Okay, so the black dudes are telling to me, but anyway. So the black dude, we told him, hey, I want my money back. The guy was like, oh, well, you can't get your money back because once it's on the card, you can't get it back, and stuff. So then, and I said, well, okay, so what about the cover charge? Can I get that $10 back? Oh, no, you can't get that, I'm like, okay, so I don't get anything back. So then he's like, oh, well, I'll get the manager, see what he can do. So this manager comes over. This guy's like of another ethnicity. I don't know what he is. Mixed something. So, manager comes over. I tell the manager my experience. So I say, hey, I came here because, it's my, I had to work on my birthday. I'm coming here to celebrate my birthday. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, I'm coming here to have fun. And you mean to tell me that I can't get my money back? I'm like, last time we was here, we spent like $100 here last time. We ate and we played games. And last time, we didn't have no problems last time at all. We had no problem with none of the games, none of that shit. Now, we're going to get to the part about the games and shit, so for y'all to know. Because I feel like people need to know. You know what I'm saying? So the guy was like, oh, okay, let me try to make it right. Let me try to fix it. Because I told him, I was like, well, I know family and friends, and I will tell people I know. I know a lot of people, and I will put it on YouTube if I have to. You know what I'm saying? Telling people about what's going on here. Because I will tell people, so they know. And the guy was, oh, let me try to fix it. So the guy goes up to the desk. He's like, okay, how about I give you guys, he made it something where he's like, okay, well, how about I give you unlimited gameplay on like the virtual games, video games and stuff,
and like the basketball,
and then like and the basketball and stuff, and the other games that will give you tickets out.
Say anything with a blue light.
Anything with a blue light, that's unlimited gameplay. Mm-hmm. And then for the other stuff, you're limited on that, but you'll be using your own one stuff you pay for, right? For that, I'm like, okay. And I was like, okay, it sounds like a plan. And Aaron was like, okay, well, go ahead and let's see if how it goes with that. Let's get a guy to benefit of the doubt. I said, okay. So the guy set the card up, went behind the desk, did something with the card. I guess supposed to give us unlimited gameplay or something, right? And then we said okay, and I was like, okay, well maybe it's okay, because I was like, hey, unlimited gameplay until 1 a.m. in the morning. Oh, that's cool. Hey, I'm getting a chance to play a lot longer. I was thinking, oh great.
Yeah.
So then we go back to start playing the games. So Aaron, I'm gonna let you tell them about the games. What happened when
this
we
where
went to start
Michelle started laughing because we thought it was gonna be like normal.
Yeah, like when we did what was there last time.
But let me tell you what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
I would swipe the card, stick it in, swipe, ding, you can play. Okay, my turn.
Yeah, because we were
Swipe the
playing
card
together.
in, boop, red. You must wait 60 seconds to play this game. Try again in 60 seconds. Keep on swiping.
Put it in back
Try
in.
again in 30 again in
45 seconds,
Doom.
and then 33
Try
seconds.
again in 30 seconds. Doom. Try again in 20 seconds. Doom. Try again in 10 seconds. Doom.
Put the
Try
card
again in
in,
6
yeah.
seconds. Doom. Try it again in 3 seconds. Doom. Try again, and then try again in 0 seconds. Doom.
And then it finally
now you
game
can play.
works.
But by the time I could finally play, she was done with her game. We couldn't even play together. Come with the basketball thing. Both of them didn't work
basketball. Now remember the basketball thing. The basketball thing was the thing where the lady had the kids. Remember, where we was sitting there, and then there was this two white kids. Remember, and then we was wanting to play basketball, but this, they had like 5 kids, so we had to sit there and wait till their kids were done and stuff like that.
That was just one freaking mom.
Yeah,
That's just one mom. It's not even like we was waiting for 5 different families. We was waiting for one mom with
moms
5
with kids. Yeah,
and then the kids the whole stuff. There wasn't even on one basketball thing.
It was 2 of them.
Was
Taking up 2 machines. Yeah, and stuff. So my thing is that, I mean, we're already inconvenienced the cover charge. Then, with the, the card and stuff like that, right? We're paying an extra $3 and stuff, right? On the card, right? Now we get there, and then the finally get up there to play the basketball game, and then we want to play together. And then I put the card in for me, and then the card in for him, and then it wasn't linking, and it was like acting like it wasn't working. And I'm gonna tell you, like, it was bullshit, because we want to play together. That's what we came to do. And we come there, and then it's all bullshit. I'm like, I want it to be like when we was there back a couple months ago when we spent a fucking $100.
Yeah.
And then we got a chance to eat, and we got to play. And at no point last time did we have any problem with our car at all.
And then this
at no
time,
point.
And then I'm sitting here like, okay, so what's the cover charge for? Because if the cover charge is to fix broken stuff, they started this 2 months ago, and they've been open since 2 months ago. With this cover charge, okay, and charging people for $3 with this card. You mean to tell me that they can't get the little gun mechanism to be working? Me and her was trying to play the doggone gun. When they shoot the gun, when you shoot the toy gun, okay,
it was
it makes this
blue gun or
yeah,
something.
orange gun or blue gun. It makes this cock. It makes this
like
cock bounce. It's like a mechanism.
An actual gun, yeah.
Yeah, that ricochets at the top. This little, like, it kind of works like a gun. And it has this thing that goes. It just slides back and forth real quick when you pull the trigger. Well, the red one worked, but the blue one didn't. So we both tried to play the game together. It's like, okay, you ready to start? Okay, insert player 2. Boom, swipe, wait 60 seconds.
Yeah, and it's like, it kept saying it can't read the card, it can't do this and that. And I'm like, what the
So I said, Michelle, hey, let's just go get this card changed. Let's go get it fixed. I said, okay. She said, well, I put it on a new card, so everything should be working great. I said, great.
Yeah,
so
and we had to wait for that too, just for the girl to get it figured out. Right? And so, now while we was up there, trying to get the car situated, there was this lady that was talking about thank you Jesus up there, talking about that. I'm like, what are you doing talking about that at an arcade, lady? What this is no church. Like, what are you doing?
That's all she kept saying, but it wasn't. No, Jesus was helping us out with our problems, because we sure wasn't being able to play no games right. We would sure up there. We were sure up there to get another card. So thank you, Jesus, for that. Oh, I'm real thankful.
And then we went back
to
Jesus
for helping us out doing that type of stuff. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, and then we went back to go try to play the games again when the lady said the thing was okay. And then, it kept having a problem with the games, and it was just like, are you fucking serious? Like, really? Really? And I read reviews about Dave & Buster's before, like, because before we went, I think before we went on, Saturday or Friday or something like that, I was just trying to see the reviews, And people were saying, well, this place is a joke with Dave and Buster's because you don't even get a lot of tickets and stuff like that, and it's a joke with how you only come out with little bitty pieces of candy or something like that, and stuff. You don't even really get any really good prizes or anything. And honestly, I'm gonna say with Dave and Buster's, with our experience, I really cannot. If I was gonna give it a scale of on 1 to 10, how many stars out of 10 would I give it? I think what I would do is I would literally give it. I think at the most, I think I would give it like really the overall experience coming in, with the negatives and shit. I would honestly give it like 1 star for real. It was 1 star. I might give it 2 stars because they tried to help, but it really just goes back to 1 star out of 10 because it was not an effortless experience. And then the people who had these kids, evidently their shit worked with no problem. And their kids were running around and everything like that. I'm like, what is this? What me and anyone want to do is when we go out and we want to have fun, we don't want to be bombarded by people and them having kids. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be bombarded by that. My recommendations for Dave and Buster's, if somebody's from there is watching, is that number one, get rid of the stupid cover charge. Either you're gonna charge everybody the cover charge, including kids, or you're gonna charge nobody. Now the fact that we got charged, but then people behind us that had kids, why didn't have to pay it? That's discrimination right there. That is a clear sign of discrimination.
And then they got black people. They got two black.
And they got
people
two black people saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? And I know the black dudes are trying to be, have a job, but look, this is your own people right here, and you send this to your own people and shit. But then the white people you ain't send that to. Oh, okay. But so you trying to impress your own people too, right?
But then,
okay.
But then you got this lady, and you're like, they didn't even tell the lady, hey, could you not say that? Like she act like everybody's in there is a fucking Christian or something. Like,
oh yeah, the one said thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, like look here, lady, you huge. Like Jesus built the world. Supposedly Jesus and God supposedly made the world in 6 fucking days, but He couldn't even make you skinny in 6 days and make you healthy weight in 6 days. So don't come in here acting like you the only believer, like there ain't Muslims in there, like there's not his Hebrew Israelites in there, like there's not Buddhists in there, like there's not Hindus in there, like there's all type of people in there, lady. You don't got no right to disrespect everybody's whole shit just because you think you arrogant enough because you believe in your stuff and you grew up with your stuff, but they grew up with their stuff.
What recommendations would you give them? Because one thing I would say is get rid of that cover charge. Either you charge everybody or you don't charge anybody. So one thing, I would get rid of that cover charge. Number one, get rid of that. The only time you're going to charge a cover charge, the only time is if this is a nightclub, then charge it. But then there can't be no kids.
You know what? If they had a cover charge and then all the kids had to go home at 8 or something, and then I would have seen them like fixing on the stuff, or fixing up on some things, and having some things that they was working on while all the adults was playing games. I think I would understand. Okay, the cover charge is for fixing things.
Yeah, but the cover charge.
I didn't see none of that, y'all.
It'd be for nothing. Yeah. What recommendation? So we'd get rid of the cover charge. Just unless y'all fix it, unless the games actually operate the right way.
Yeah, we better be seeing you fix on the doggone games because we shouldn't be. Look, no cover charge because 1, your cards ain't working.
Yeah.
2, your games ain't working correctly. The mechanisms are broken. Okay. And we're already inconvenienced enough.
Yeah, and is there anything else we would say about it? I think, the kids need to go home at 8 o'clock. There needs to be a cutoff for kids at 8 o'clock.
Right,
they need to be gone.
Because Dave and Buster's is a while back. It's like a while away, and it's like in St. Louis. So,
yeah,
St. Louis, so it's a while away. So, like, it's going to take the parents. I would understand 8:30 because 30 minutes, go home. You got to get the kids in by 9. You let them do their homework from 9 to 10. And then let them do whatever they got to do at 10:30 and have them in bed by about, whatever.
And it's easy to have a place where you can... It's easy to have a place for people who don't have kids. How do they not know that you got people who don't have kids who want to spend money? Because we're the ones who are going to spend the most money since we don't have kids. So that's just a thing. We want to have an enjoyable evening too, instead of being bombarded by a bunch of kids and yelling and screaming and everything.
Ain't no freaking way you gonna have
5
8
kids.
moms still pregnant. a mom still pregnant with 8 kids. Another mom still pregnant with 5 kids. You mean to tell me you really charging all them? You're not charging all them.
No, they're
kids
not doing that.
$5. You're not doing that.
I don't believe they're doing that.
Because you're not going to have because they're not going to have the money to spend. Because here's the thing: an hour of game time for us is worth it because it's $25. We see, but it's not an hour of game time. It's points. It's tokens on a card. So if you get 1,000 tokens, that's about $23, which serves 2 people an hour of game time. Okay? So if you're going to get $23 for 1,000 tokens for 8 kids, your playtime is going to be about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I was dissatisfied with them this time around. I really am. I feel like they could do better with it. Either that or somebody else needs to come out with a adults only arcade where only adults can go to, because kids are okay, but for people who don't have kids, we don't want to be bombarded by that. No matter where we're going, like, we want to enjoy having time to ourselves. We don't always want to have to be bombarded by kids.
We're fine with taking turns, but we just not fine with the
kids. I got kids,
so I'm better than you. Let me jump in front of you, knowing you about to step on this game.
Yeah, and so I think that's basically what I would say. Now, last time, guys, I will go through it briefly. Last time, what happened with us when we went, we came in, didn't have to pay a cover charge. We did have to show our ID and stuff like that. We did sit down and eat. They did have the kids leave, I think like at 9:30. They had the kids leave. Then when we came into the arcade, things were working just fine when we was there. And we paid for a power card last time. Our power card worked fine last time. We got a chance to play games, enjoyed the games and stuff like that. Because the kids, they had the curfew where the kids had to leave and stuff like that. So we got to enjoy the games and stuff like that. We had fun. He got, to eat a burger. I got to eat a nice little, plate of food I got to eat and stuff. And we really enjoyed it, And then after we, ate and played the games, we went back home, And this time I was hoping it would be kind of the same thing. Except we got a hotel this time. But, yeah, I was hoping it was going to be kind of the same thing minus the food because, we wanted to save money because their food is expensive as all get out. But yeah, so what I would tell y'all to do if y'all going, expect a cover charge. If y'all gonna be going into Dave and Buster's, expect to be bombarded with women being there with a whole bunch of kids
with pregnant bellies bumping you out of the way saying excuse you,
and people being entitled. Expect that. If you're a couple going and trying to have fun, my advice is just to go somewhere else. Go to a place where there's not going to be kids. And it sucks, but my advice really would be just go somewhere different. I think somebody else should come out with an arcade just for adults.
And if you're good with business and you know how to do that, let us know. We'll do it ourselves. Hook us up. Let us know with the knowledge and we'll do it.
Well, if you know how to do that, or if you have an arcade that's adults only, then yeah, we'd love to come and, try it out and tell other people about it, because not everybody wants to be bombarded with kids. We don't have kids and we don't want to be bombarded with that. We already are bombarded with kids on the day-to-day basis, if we're going anywhere else. But when we're going to hang out and we're spending our money, then that's when it's a problem when it's getting to us, So,
now we went to a Center State, America.
Yeah, we did go there.
Now the problem was it just had ants. But the thing is that we were sold it. The thing is that the noise level, they still had.
Well, we used to go to Extended Stay all the time,
and we didn't hear all this boom, these feet. The thing is that it was not as bad as our neighbors, but we was there saying... we was there at Extended Stay for it to be quiet.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing was getting away from our neighbors, who are 3 black ghetto bougie neighbors,
Ghetto.
And they're living on top of us and body slamming each other, doing the rock bottom on each other, and
banging
on us, and then following you around your apartment and standing on top of you, and standing on top of you when you're in the kitchen or in their bathroom and following your voice. If they hear you talk, they will follow your voice wherever you go. So we was like, Michelle was like, okay, what did you want to do? You wanted to go to get a hotel, go to extended stay.
Yeah, and we thought it was gonna be quiet because we used to go to extended stay a long time ago. But what happened with extended stay, like when we used to go, was that for some reason I think they said something happened where, what did they say happened last time? Which is why we stopped going there. I forget. What did they say?
Well, it's because you're not supposed to smoke there, right? Well, some dude smoked and caused a fire, and some sheets burned up, and then they like blamed us for the stuff, and we don't smoke. So then we couldn't go back
Yeah, they blamed
because we
it.
was outside, and the fire truck people was out there. No one even spoke to us. It was just all of a sudden, oh, there's a fire, and somebody was smoking, and so you
And we
guys
came
can't
out
come
of
back
room.
for a while, or whatever. And then after a while, we didn't come back.
Then you start getting coupons for
Yeah.
extended stay America.
But then the coupons went away after like some years, because we ain't been there in some years. When I say some years, I mean like maybe 3 or 4 years. So now we decided to go back, and now it's more expensive. But the thing is that dang, it had ants.
Yeah, this
You know-
time they had, so in our room, yeah, they did have
But-
ants. We didn't notice the ants immediately. We really didn't notice
Yeah, but the
it.
ants wasn't that big of a problem. What was the big problem?
was
The people was in it. It was talking really loud on the phone. They're throwing up next to us. Look, on purpose. Oh, when we walked in, we saw this guy who looked like a combination of the two ghetto dudes, or the two ghetto black dudes, who was upstairs
In our
above us
building,
in our
yeah.
building. So we saw this dude that was tall, but he was tall, and he had these dreads, and he kind of looked like the chubby dude, and he kind of looked like the other dude. So the light skinned dude that's tall. So he looked like a fusion between both of them. So we said, nope. And then we heard what room he was in. Oh, 310. Okay. So we can make sure we wasn't. What we did, we took a nice little tour real quick. We said, where's 310 at? Okay, cool. Where's our room at? Okay, on the other side. Okay, count how many doors from that hall down. How many doors from that hall down is he going to be? Because I don't want him on the other side, because I already know how he's going to act. You know, we just have suspicions. And we didn't want to deal with that. So it was like, okay, cool. So we thought we got away from it, right?
Yeah.
Well, then, here we go.
When we got
12
back.
o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. This dude, somebody's throwing up. Somebody's talking really loud. Somebody's going in and out. I'm talking through 12 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, okay? And going out in and outside, slamming their van with a bunch of kids, slamming the van. We're talking about doing all that stuff. So it was like, okay, so then we just kept hearing this boom, boom. And it's like, are we like really hypersensitive to these noises now? That it's kind of like we want to get away from it so bad that we just want all the way quiet.
Yeah. And what we're probably going to end up doing is, and I'm not going to say extended stay was okay. It was okay with the exception of ants. I think they need to take care of that issue. I do think they need to make sure they insulate the doors so you don't hear other people slamming doors and stuff. And they do need to tell people, hey, at a certain time, you need to be quiet. If there's anything you need to get from your car, get it early when you check in. Because at nighttime, we have people who are going to want to sleep and stuff.
And it's concrete.
And if they fix those problems, then I think the extended stay is fine. I don't mind going back. It's just the fact of the ants, and it's because years ago we didn't see any ants. It used to be fine, and we used to pay less money and stuff.
You can still hear people walking really hard. Like, how are you walking that hard? It's the base of the floor is concrete
Exactly.
with some carpet over it. How are you rattling concrete?
Yeah, so maybe I think we are kind of hypersensitive to it. I was thinking Anwan was going to want to change the room in the middle of the night, but we end up staying. But I think, like, even I was kind of up, and I was kind of uneasy about sleeping. Even I was kind of like that.
And then you just had some stuff you couldn't change, like really loud, race-looking sport cars. Like there was a Lambo, there was a Porsche outside, just back and forth, no cops, no nothing, nobody was catching them. And then, you just had these geese that just kept getting stuck on this other hotel roof.
Oh my God, that was when we woke up. Oh my God, when we woke up,
yeah.
it was like 20 or a million of them, I don't know, outside before I woke up, and it was just crazy. I mean, what I think is that we are hypersensitive, very much so, because of our neighbors, but we should be able to have a quiet hotel stay without there being these same people.
That was the whole point,
of
was to
getting
get away from that personality.
Yeah, because
type.
if I wanted to do that, I could have stayed at home, and then
Exactly.
we could have stayed at home and saved like the $60 or so that we spent. We could have saved it.
But I will say one thing: we sure didn't wake up to a bunch of body slamming and boom, boom, boom at 4 o'clock a.m.
Yeah, we didn't
We
have
slept
that
through.
problem.
At least that.
Yeah, and I will say if you live in an apartment building and stuff like that, you're wearing earplugs and they're the wax kind, be careful of that because it can get stuck in your ear. You might have to go to the hospital like I did and get the stuff removed from your ear and stuff. And it's never worth, it's never worth your sense of hearing, you know what I'm saying, because of your neighbors. It never is. So,
That'd be
I
bad
think
for me. You got
I
anything
think
else to
yeah,
say?
extended stay was okay. Dave and Buster's was a disaster. I expected better from them than what happened. Going forward, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try Airbnb, um, or this other thing called Inclusive. So Airbnb, a lot of people know what Airbnbs are. You go, you stay in somebody's house for, however long you're gonna pay for it and stuff, and you get to rent, their house for days or something like that, and that's cool. I think that's awesome. But the thing for us as black people is I've heard unsettling things about Airbnb with people discriminating, white people discriminating against black people and stuff, not wanting to allow people to rent their house and stuff, to be racist and stuff.
Trying to make America great again.
Yeah, so that's one reason why I'm kind of not wanting to try Airbnb, but I'll give it a try just to see what my experience is. And I think what we're looking out for is seeing if people have rented to black people before, if they're white, and seeing what the black people's experience was first before we even think about renting a place.
The oppression for black people just doesn't stop. I mean, damn, the oppression is even in the doggone houses. It's pretty stupid. And then,
go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, and then, what us we're just trying
even with
to
jobs too.
Yeah, even with jobs, and the thing is that the oppression is hard because even with our neighbors, this is why we tried to get a hotel. This is why we were talking about all this. We even tried to find houses, but then you got this oppression where it's like, oh, your credit must be 580 and above. Your credit must be 600 and up. And
yeah, never mind if the people are paying your bills.
Explain the oppression. What is the oppression thing that they say about jobs? So we was discussing it earlier, but I don't remember the exact phrases what it was.
What oppression thing with jobs? Where like,
man, what did it say? Not the one where they say, "Do you think this job is the right fit for you?" But
no. The thing is, a lot of times, so as a black person, I know that the jobs are primarily for white people. If it says you have to have a stable work history,
yes,
that meaning that you have to be in a job for 5 years or something like that. That's what it means, because white people can stay in jobs for long periods of time. I know people I work with that have been at the job for 12 years, 15 years, and they're white people and they've been at the same place and stuff. They haven't had to deal with the kind of stuff where, like me, where I'm trying to find a job and can't find a job and stuff. Even though I'm a good candidate, I don't have have a record or anything, and I'm a hard worker and stuff, but I think that it's just things are set against black people, and I
you know how hard it is for her to find a job. I mean, that's
and I have a college degree too.
Yeah,
and so it's
been to college 5 years, then did her thing.
Graduated,
and to deal with this freaking poverty and oppression. And I think that's just one of the things that ticks me off.
Yeah,
what about that doggone fat lady in that fucking Dave and Buster's yelling at, well, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, because it's like, oh, please, how long has it been? Please, whoever the God of poverty and oppression is for black people, that motherfucker sure more powerful than this Jesus and God of Christianity, because I'll tell you right now, that motherfucker with poverty and oppression is sure winning, because if he can't get rid of poverty and oppression for black people, we need something else. Thanks, lady.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's hard enough for us as it is, and then and I mean, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm around here where I used to go to high school. And what I will say is that, you know what? In high school, I had no idea about when you're black and you're an adult and you're trying to do stuff, how hard it is on you. But then if you have white friends, it's not hard on them. For them, they can go in, get some job somewhere, work there for a long time. They can get them a house, they can get them a car, they can get all this stuff. But then you as a black person, you can't even get that. And I have an issue with that, because isn't it supposed to be about, we have, diversity and
equality?
Yeah, but then that's not the case. So,
man, why can't I go in a place and say, hey, you're a Christian, I'm a Christian, we both have the same thing. Why don't we both have the same religion. How about we just be friends and how about we just have the same opportunities now? Wrong.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that for us. So,
Wish I could fake the funk.
So for anybody black watching this, especially if you're younger, you're a teenager, or you're a kid or something like that, I'm gonna tell you, as an adult, it is gonna be tough for you. It is. The only way it's not gonna be tough for you is if like your parents are like middle class or like wealthy. Then things are gonna be more. You might have some things that you can't do, but then you'll have more things you can do.
You can't even, as a black person, like, you can't even fake it till you make it. You can't even do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. You literally have to go with the fact of how society looks at us as black people. And, and we're okay people. We're a couple. We don't have kids. We're just trying to enjoy life.
Yeah, and we're not like a YouTube personality. This is our personality.
This is who we are.
When you talk to us in the Facebook comments, it's the same personality.
Yeah.
It's not like the stuff that we had to unsubscribe from like 5 different YouTubers or 6 or 7 different YouTubers because their personality was really, really fucked up and really attitude-ish and really bitchy and stuff like that in the comments when they talk to you. But then they act like they're for the people, and they act like they act so intelligent, they act so smart, they act so nice, as if that's just a YouTube personality. That's not their personality.
Absolutely.
Because every time we first make a comment, our first comment when they first respond back to us for the first time ever, it's some rude shit, attitude shit.
Yeah, and it comes with people that do different YouTubes. Like one person, and I don't know if I'm supposed to go into detail about who it is on YouTube, but they have a channel where they have animals and they take care of animals and stuff. And our experience with that person was not the best. Wow, those birds are going crazy. Our experience was not the best with that person. We used to think that the girl was really nice and took care of animals and everything, and we thought she was a nice person.
We used to watch Happy Tales all the time.
Yeah, and so her YouTube channel is Happy Tales. She looks nice. Megan from Happy Tales, like, she's all nice and stuff. But then she kind of messed up when she was being mean to Anwan, because I couldn't even believe that she was mean to a comment that he had, and he was just being nice. I think, what were you telling her that? Oh, clickbait. You was telling her that she was clickbaiting people, and stuff like that.
Like we love watching your shows. We love doing that, and it was we were just complimenting her and saying we love watching your shows. We think you're great. We like your information. But your picture gave us a totally different. You did like a totally different outlook of what you was going to be talking about and showing us. We didn't get to see into that stuff that was in the picture at all, and that's what we was counting on. And so we felt really clickbaited.
We've had a couple of people too. We've had the girl, what was her name?
Adina Rivers.
Well, Adina Rivers, the lady for the sex education, Adina Rivers. Turns out she was just basically scamming people.
And then Glamorous 101.
Yeah, the girl Glamorous 101.
She was
the black chick.
Girl. She promotes
supposedly makeup and hair and stuff.
Oh no. That was another girl. Glamorous 101 was the other sex.
Oh, okay. Girl. Yeah, but that lady was a Christian though, and she was talking about sex. But then she was
and sex positions and being on there.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be a Christian. If you're a Christian woman, you're supposed to be talking about that stuff.
Well, we didn't know that at first. We thought it was everything's okay because that's not something a Christian would do in the first place. We've been Christians before.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of like we were just looking for her to support black people. Really, we was like, okay, this white lady didn't work out. She was lying to people. She lied to us.
Yeah.
So let's check out Glamorous 101. Check out her. She's black. She seems, she's, talks about sex and stuff about sex toys and talks about how to do sex positions and talks about how to ride and things like that. Different things like that. So it was like, great. But then we was wanting to actually take this trip that she offered to go to her area or whatever.
Yeah, it was like a free couples. It was like a couples counseling or something where she was going to help people and stuff. And we thought, oh, this is great, and stuff. Yeah. But then I noticed in the background that it was like some type of Jesus picture, and it said something.
With God's business always prospers.
Yeah. And so I was like, Aaron, what does that mean? And Aaron didn't even catch it. I saw it. And then he went back and he looked at it. He was like, what?
I said, okay, let me ask her.
So you
she had
commented.
Yeah, I commented, nothing.
Under her video.
And then she's like, oh, email us at this to enter. I was like, okay. So
email us so you can, come
so you can, get in the competition. So email us your story and things like that. So we did that. Okay, and I was like, hey, but do you got to be a Christian in order to get in and all this stuff? Because we noticed that in the video you said God's been always prosperous, and seeing what you promote, we didn't think you was a Christian, promoting all the, promoting lust and sex and stuff like that. We didn't think that you was that. So is it okay for non-Christians to get in there, or is there a reason why you have God's been always prosperous, or is that just an old thing you wrote a long time ago and you forgot to take it down and it doesn't mean anything?
And what happened?
She never responded.
Yeah, and then she made videos
so
after
that. I had to unsubscribe from her. Like, damn, I'm trying to support black business, but F you too then.
Yeah,
if you're going to treat me like a piece of shit.
Yeah, and she had other videos after that too, where she was doing and she didn't respond. And this is what I noticed a lot of YouTubers doing, where, they'll have other videos after and act like they didn't see your comment or something like that, and they'll do that. And I think it's stupid. But yeah, I think they should just be realistic. We did used to watch. We used to watch, what's her name? Meditation Bridge. So we used to watch Meditation Bridge because, she's psychic and she'd talk about readings and different spiritual concepts and stuff that we liked.
And I was really, I still am.
Yeah, Meditation Bridge, yeah.
And her meditation and all that stuff.
Yeah, but then again, with Meditation Bridge, it was a falling out because of something she posted on Facebook, and Amwan commented on it. What was it? She was like...
Well, because she said that she loves bad boys. She said she loves a guy who ignores her. She said something about that is so hot. A guy who's a bad boy, a guy who ignores her and stuff like that, and makes her, have to work to get his attention. But then, after that, she goes and makes a YouTube video about how guys need to be more attentive and guys need to not ignore women and guys need to pay more attention to girls and guys need to... but that's not what you like. And so I was like, so I copied and pasted what she said and I put it in the comments like, yeah, but you said this. And then I went back on Facebook and I said, yeah, but you just made a video saying this about what guys should be doing that you don't like. I'm like, but I'm just trying to say, okay, well, which one is it? I mean, I'm not being very mean. I'm not being mean. I want to know what your real self is. You're saying one thing and you're saying another thing.
And remember what she did. So
So what happened with Meditation Bridge? What was it? What did she
so
say?
With Meditation Bridge, I remember the fact that you commented to her what it is that she had already said, because she said that she liked bad boys and stuff. But then in the video, she was criticizing men for not being attentive. So you commented below saying, hey, but you said this before about liking bad boys. That's what you said. So then I remember that she was on a YouTube video after that, and she's like, oh, do any of you guys know how to block people? I think she said it on Facebook.
Yeah, it was on Facebook. Yeah,
Facebook. Do you guys know anything about how to block people? Because, there's people who are like being mean and are saying stuff, and I'm trying to block these people or whatever, and I was like, are you serious? You mean so she's trying to get out of this? I'm like, there's no way that she could be spiritual and talking to people's relatives if she's over here being all kinds of bitchy and trying to get out of being truthful.
Like, damn, Lynn, you're older and you have a baby.
Yeah, and she has a kid.
You have a daughter. Just tell us. We know we're grown enough to understand that opinions change. So which one is it that you lean towards most? You either like the bad boy stuff, or either you are okay and you like the other one. I mean, which one is it? Or either you rather want guys to be attentive and lay there with a woman after sex. Cause she was talking about stuff about sex, and a guy needs to be there. Guys, are you listening? Acting like...
Yeah, but she didn't say anything that the woman needed to do. She didn't say how a woman needs to be attentive to a man.
And that was really one of our problems with Adina Rivers too, because when we was watching her about that stuff, we was on her seminar, and she was talking about how she was going to help out both people in a relationship with sex and stuff. And we was trying to find advice for her because we've only ever been with each other. We're our only partners. I mean, she's my only partner. But the thing is that there were so many girls on there, and I'm sitting here like, are you going to answer them? Because there's girls on there talking about, how do I get my man back? Because I I don't have sex properly, or I don't, do blowjobs properly or deep throats properly. How do I do these things properly like the other girl so I can get my man back? What is it that she's doing that I'm not doing? Can you help me? He said he needs to be visually stimulated. Can you help me? And she wasn't responding to no chick, no girl in there saying about, well, I got my friends trying to get with my man, and somehow he's saying that she's doing more stuff right than me, and is I'm doing something wrong, or what am I doing wrong in the bedroom? Can you help? So basically, she only had stuff for what guys need to do for chicks, but nothing about what women have to do for guys.
And then it was really sketchy.
And she upset a whole bunch of women.
And it was really sketchy too, where she was like saying she was married and stuff or whatever. But then on her YouTube videos, I watched her YouTube videos, and she said that was her boyfriend. Now all of a sudden she's saying that that's her husband and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, what do you mean that's your husband? So you was married, but you didn't say you was married.
Then out of nowhere, she said that, oh well, I had a kid, but I cheated and I had an affair.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, damn. Answer the question. Did you have an? Because this stuff is about relationships, sex, and everything else. So did you have? Is it his baby or is it not his baby? Because some people have babies by other guys. Some women have babies by other guys, and then they want to end up seeing if they can make it work with another guy, with the previous guy that they had, with this new baby that they have from another guy. So we're asking her, okay, is that your situation? Is this baby, when you cheated, is this baby from another guy, and then you took this baby and married him? And she didn't answer that. I'm like, these are real life situations here. Like, answer the questions.
Yeah, because when she talked about being pregnant, I was like, well, that's never been on your channel of you being pregnant, Because it was where the guy said something about her being, well, you changed after, the baby. And I'm like, what baby? I've never seen any YouTube videos about a baby.
Yeah. And
now you're talking about a baby. What? And you said you cheated. What? What's
so
going
it's
on?
like, so would you cheat before you got married? Or, because no, she had an affair.
Okay.
So an affair would mean that
she was married. And then she was married.
So that's what I'm like. So yeah, did the baby come from the other guy you cheated with, or did you, have the baby first, or was already pregnant, and then said, well, we got to make it quote unquote, right for the baby, so we should get married? Like, this is all relationship type questions and stuff that revolves around that type of stuff, and it revolves around sex too, because the baby comes from sex. So.
But then that means that she didn't use protection either when she was with the other person. So she would be exposing whoever she was, married to, possible sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah, which would mean that he would have to use a condom all the time, because he never knows if she's that type of person to have affairs and cheat, and get pregnant by another person. So then it's only right for him to always use a condom, because he's never know what she's going to be bringing to him from the outside, STD wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so she'd be a terrible example of somebody to give advice. Hell, we might as well give fucking advice, shit. And then with this regard, because all these people, on YouTube, and there's black people too that do this stuff where they're fake and stuff. We're not just saying white people do it. You got all different types of people who do it. Even when it's coming to working out videos too, as well. It's like the same thing, where, Anwan watched this guy, and, he watched him for, what was it, calisthenics and stuff or whatever.
Oh, Chris Heria?
Yeah, for him. And, you was watching for that, and then you find out that, how Chris Heria was being,
very rude
to Austin Dunham. And Austin Dunham's cool.
Because I was always wondering, why is he rude to me in the comment section? You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, I'm not turning my music down, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm like, dude, I live in an apartment. Like, other people live in an apartment. So, why are you turning your music so extremely high when it's already hard for us to hear you audibly, in your videos? Like, so if you could turn the music part down, so that, because I have to turn my speakers way up to hear his audio, to hear him talk, to hear the voice. So if you want to add music to it, make the music level enough with your actual voice, because I already have to turn my speakers way up. And if you're in an apartment, you get the police call on you if people are saying you got loud music on, because they turn the music way up when they're done talking, and they keep doing that. Every time they talk, music is low. Every time they get done talking, they start exercising, music is really high. And now Austin Dunham has kind of adopted that, and I was really trying to prevent him to not do that so it doesn't hurt his business. And I said support black business and all that, so now I want him to do great. And some parts he listens, and other parts he copies the same thing. But you know, it's just one of those things where it's kind of just like.
Well, Austin Dunham is he's a good person.
Yeah, he's a good person.
Overall, he's a good person.
He adheres to his audience actually too.
Yeah, he actually does. But I just think that when it comes to YouTubers, I think that there's trouble, in the water in terms of people. Where I think people should, if you're on YouTube, be vigilant, and listen to what people say in the comments. I mean, I know there's probably a zillion comments, but listen. And then
I'll tell you what, I used to crack up, right, and watch this guy named Devil Artemis with his Cell versus different people, different characters videos, and he did like this 3D animation of Cell versus Sonic, Cell versus the Stormtroopers, Cell versus, I used to love that, Cell versus Uganda Knuckles. That was one of my favorite ones. But it's just like,
but then what happened with him?
Damn, dude, but then he had this black girl.
Yeah, it was from Dragon Ball Z, from Kale.
Some
Kale and Khalifa, yeah.
Yeah, one of them was supposed to be of a darker complexion, a black
Kale's supposed to be black, yeah.
So then, what happened was that he made her white, and I'm like, why did you make her?
He made her pale.
He made her pale, yeah.
Yeah. A pale white girl, and she's supposed to be black.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Why did he do that? And he's like, oh, there were some editing problems. Oops. So then I started saying, so then you in the comment section, you can name all these different things that you would want him to do. I was like, okay. So I just named a whole bunch of black shit. I was like, okay, how about do Black Lightning and Thunder? How about do Black Lightning, Thunder, and Lightning? How about do Storm from X-Men? Why don't you do that? How about you do those? No, how about you do Black Panther? How about you do Black Panther and his sisters? How about you do that? He didn't do nobody black. None. So I was like, man, this dude's racist for real? Like, he's racist for real? He didn't say okay or no or none. I'm like, dude. I'm like, why don't you do Riley and Huey from the Boondocks and Granddad? I named a whole bunch of shit. Nothing. So I had to unsubscribe from him because I'm like, I'm not supporting no racist ass dude.
Yeah.
What good talent wasted? Damn.
Yeah, and we've had our share of things with people where it's just been like,
you find out their real personality when you talk to them. I swear you do. I promise you do, man. But when that YouTube personality shit it's terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of people who.
Damn,
honey.
Man.
Oh, are you okay, honey?
I think I'm done. I'm starting to get bugs falling on me from these trees.
Yeah, there's just been a lot of people on YouTube that we've had situations with where it just has not been cool, And I would think people on YouTube would be better about what they're doing, but I guess not. And I think that maybe it's because the audience, the amount of people in their audience goes to their head. Now, one person I will talk about on the video, and I will mention, is Ryan Cropper, because with astral projection, so anyone used to watch, and he kind of does, watch Ryan Cropper, but the thing with Ryan Cropper is
I haven't watched him anymore. I listened to his old stuff about the astral
okay,
projection,
so you don't watch Ryan Cropper anymore, because Ryan Cropper used to be about astral projection and stuff, and he talked about his astral projection experiences and stuff. And that's what Aaron really liked, because he wanted to, astral project and do stuff like that.
So then he had these FAQs, these frequently asked questions. You get on there and he has to ask questions. You get a Q&A videos. And I noticed that out of everybody, it was like, hey, because he has a business about astral projection now, also too. Yeah. So when everybody's asking him questions about astral projection, that's his main thing. That's what he's big from. That's what his business is even about. Oh, I'm not going to be talking about astral projection. Dude, it's a Q&A. Isn't anything goes? Or is this Q&A a focused Q&A? If it's focused on one thing, like let's say Q&A about water, Q&A about ayahuasca, Q&A about the magic mushroom, okay, then we will understand that. Don't say Q&A, ask me anything, and then they do, and then you don't answer the questions.
Yeah, people are not, That's
and don't sit here and tell people that heaven and hell, all that stuff's not real. All that stuff is a thought form. They just have heaven realms, but hell is like a thought form. But then you're gonna sit here and say something about Satan, and then something about Jesus, and then something about God.
Yeah, and now he's like Ryan Carver's like coming across as like a Christian and stuff like that. I don't know.
What are you doing, dude? So I just stopped because I'm like, look, I can't do no more fake YouTubers.
Yeah.
I'm done. And this girl, damn, I don't know what her name is, man. I forgot. But that
What girl?
girl, the girl who shaved her head clean off after she got married with that
Oh,
dude and
yeah.
bait and switched that dude. That was so
What
sad.
was her name? Oh my god.
That was so
That's
sad.
what I thought she was talking about. That one girl. It's like a light-skinned black girl.
What was her name? Nadia? I don't remember what it was.
I don't know. She did makeup tutorials.
Yeah, man.
She
was
did
just-
makeup and stuff.
She
and
had this really, they were real too. Really pretty like blue eyes. It was like real. And me and my lady was watching her for like her hair tutorials, makeup and stuff like that because, you know, she wants to do more stuff
And
for
she
her
was a
hair.
black girl, and she was
Yeah,
pretty
so
and
we
had
trying-
long hair and
so
everything.
again, we trying to support black businessmen. We trying to support the YouTube, the black YouTube. We trying to support that. You know, we take that on from the real Merkel of what he talks about. You know, support black business, support your black people. So when we do, they always end up fake, you know, scamming. Now I'm starting to see where these white people are talking about, like, or other black people.
Or
talking
the black
about,
people talking about scamming.
oh, well,
Yeah.
if it's a black person, then you just trying to scam somebody. Now I see it because they really doing that shit.
Yeah.
They really doing it. So, but for instance, here she straight up said, she straight up had this long hair. She was doing all this beautiful stuff. She has
And she did
her,
one with her mom too.
yeah, one with her mom. Her mom has like one brown eye, one blue eye. She gets both blue eyes from her mom. You know, she was pretty and everything, but it's like, wait a minute. She's had this Asian guy, Asian boyfriend, and everything. But she has, I mean, years. I mean, going back like maybe 3-something years of videos of her having long hair. Because go to her About page, and her About page on her YouTube, and it's all she's like, I do tutorials about hair, how to do your hair, how to do makeup. And I'm a makeup artist and hair artist. I do tutorials about how to do that.
Yeah.
So then, you know, here you go. She gets married. Talking about how she got married, how she's getting married. She has a video of choosing out the ring. After she chooses the ring, she baits and switches the guys.
And she cut her hair off.
She cuts her hair clean off.
Oh my God,
I mean,
she cut her hair
clean,
so
straight
long.
up shave. And then she talks about how she was in this depression and all this and that. I'm like, lady, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you cut your hair off, you know, and be real from the very beginning? So maybe he would have made the choice not to marry you or to marry you. And you could have said, you need to love me for me. And he could have decided, okay, well, you know what? I don't love you for you like this. I loved you for who you were. And now you just totally switched on me. So now I'm out of here. Why didn't you give him that
Yeah,
fucking
and
choice to
then-
know that you wanted to be bald now? Because he has to know that. If he's a straight guy, we know, even I got an aunt. And, you know, I know the deal. Bald head for chicks means, you know, lesbian or butch or whatever that stuff means. Okay, because my aunt told me all about it. That's the whole reason you do that, to let other girls know that, you know, you're a lesbian or whatever. Or either you got cancer. And that's really not funny. That's not funny to be shaving off your freaking hair. And you got these girls that got all really long hair like my grandma had. She was distraught about losing her hair. So you shaving off your hair like that, that's not funny. Okay, people are literally
And
got cancer
especially
and
if you're-
chemo and they're losing
Yeah.
all their hair, eyebrows, and their hair.
Yeah.
Long, beautiful, gone.
And
So
I
it's
lost,
not cute.
I lost a relative to breast cancer. So, and my aunt lost her hair. So, for this, I don't know what this trend is with these women, but yeah, it's not fun.
They only do it. They seem to only do it after they have babies, or after they get married. In her case, oh man, I don't know her name. In her case, Nadia or whatever, Nadia, I don't remember her name.
We'll probably have to comment what her name is
But-
below the video or
But,
whatever.
but from her, for her Nadia doing that, you know, I had a comment about it, but then she deletes the comment. Like, why didn't you keep the real shit on there? We was like, well, we want you to. We liked your videos. It's just like we just don't like what you did. We don't like that you bait and switched your guy like
And
that.
now she's-
because now we was watching you for your hair videos. So now that you chopped your hair all off, can you please recommend us another person that is good with hair, that likes to have long hair? You know what I'm saying?
And we watch this other girl now.
And so we found a different
We watch
girl. another
another girl who does stuff with wigs and stuff.
She says
and-
Namaste. Namaste.
Yeah.
She says that all the time.
Yeah, so this new girl,
Makiba. Yeah, Makiba. Or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. So her, Makiva or something, yeah.
Yeah.
For her, she's a really cool YouTuber. She's really nice. She does videos about hair and stuff like that, and a little bit of makeup and stuff. She does that, and she's really good with that.
No, she ain't responded to none of our comments yet. So we don't know what her real personality is really like yet, because she hasn't commented to us for the first time or anything like that yet, so we can actually see what her attitude is, what her real personality is, you know, when she talks to another person. So we really don't know. But so far everything she sees fine, just like all the other people did. But until she comments and answers one of our comments in her comment section, so we see her temperament, her attitude, and see if she's bitchy or not, or if she's fake or she's just a YouTube personality. We don't know. But so far, support black. Try our best to support a black person again.
Yeah, support black business as much as you can, but still, you might run the risk of it being something where it's too good to be true. And I didn't know there were black people that black people didn't want to support us black people's business. I didn't know that, but now I kind of see where people are coming from. So we did go through a lot of stuff. We talked about Dave & Buster's, how we did not have a good time there yesterday. So we talked about that. We talked about Extended Stay America, how we stayed there. It was okay, but the issue was the people that were, the loud noises and stuff. We went there for a quiet, to have a quiet getaway from home, and that did not happen. But I think that's something that could be fixed, and they had ants, so we recommended for them to fix those things, at least with the guests, tell them to be quiet at a certain time, and then fix the ant problem, and then that'll be fine. In terms of like the YouTubers and stuff like that with people and how they're acting true, there's a lot of people that are fake on YouTube and stuff like that, and they're just putting on the personality. There's other people we didn't get around to name and stuff like that, but yeah, there's black and white people that are just faking the funk and trying to make themselves seem like something they're really not.
Yeah.
And we actually have real personalities and stuff. We're actually real people, because you guys see our experiences on our YouTube channels of our own experiences that we actually share. We've talked openly about our relationship on our YouTubes and stuff like that. Now, if I didn't do the Black Love 2 video, I'll upload that. Just let me know about that. But it's on his YouTube channel. It's on my, it should be on mine. But yeah, and I'm doing helpful videos too, where I'm trying to help people as well. So I mean, we're just real people trying to help others out here, let people know different stuff, Anyone's over there looking at something, but...
It's all right. I think a baby bird fell from a tree. I think he's stuck.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh.
We'll check it out.
He could be just a finch.
Yeah.
They're small birds.
Yeah, but anyway, we're out enjoying the park.
Get that spider off me.
So, we're out enjoying the park right now, and it's really flooded here. And we're kind of watching people go by and stuff. But yeah, I didn't think it was gonna last.
Look
as long
at
as
it. It is flooded. Look. Look at that.
Yeah, and there's like people going by too. Yeah, it's really flooded. It is really flooded. So we're kind of chilling out here at the park and stuff. We don't really know what we're gonna do next, but I guess we're gonna just enjoy the rest of the day. But thank you guys for watching. This has been Butterfly Spirit 314, and
on your hero.
Thank you guys for watching a video. It's been a while since we've done a collab, and we out here trying to provide the truth to y'all, and help people out here. So thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Bye.